Scarlet Park, Bubba Sparks.
Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere.
Program at Fortis College. I brought my professional portfolio so we can kind of go over it if you would like, and then they'd be like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead and go through it. And as they continue to as I continue to flip my papers and show like my accomplishments and stuff like that, then I'll be like, I actually prepared a professional portfolio for you to go through as well too, so just kind of give them a copy so they could look as we like going through or something like that. So that can kind of be like a first question kind of start off with. Next question, how much experience do you have as a medical assistant? All right, so if you pretty much have prior experience as far as for a medical assistant, share it with them. If you are new as a medical assistant, tell them about what you are basically looking forward to doing or what you are used to. So a way that I would answer it would be, all right, so I recently completed a 100-hour extern at UF Health OBGYN, where I got valuable hands-on experience in the responsibilities of a medical assistant. Now that I have graduated and completed my internship, I am looking forward to finding a full-time position and continuing my professionalism growth as far as for a medical assistant. So that could be another easy way as far as for to answer that question. All right, next question. What are your strengths? Now this is a good one, y'all, because some people do kind of mess up on this one. So when answering this question, it's important to not brag. You don't want to brag, but however, simply just answer the questions as far as for where are you the strongest in. So an example I would say is, my phlebotomy skills are one of my biggest strengths. I feel confident when drawing blood. I am also big on communication because customer service has been a big part of me as well. Customers and patients are always right. So basically with the strong and weak questions, all you're doing is just explaining what you are more good at and what you are more weak at. You don't want to continue to brag saying, well, I pretty much see myself as this and I pretty much see like, they're not looking for stuff like that. Just get right to the point. What are your weaknesses? So when answering this question, don't put yourself down or say that you are bad at something. Just mention areas you would need to probably improve in. That's good, y'all. Words from Desiree Hill. Like, take this in notice, y'all. Take this in notice. Yes. All right. So a way that I would answer it, I would say, I'm currently more comfortable with clinical tasks than administrative responsibilities, but I am good at communication. So I am confident that I can adapt quickly to that role. So as far as for y'all already know, I always say I'm more stronger at back office work than front office work, but however with front office work I am willing to learn, but however I feel like it may take a little practice to get more used to it, because however just front office work just kind of like can be kind of boring to me, and it's just so much, like to me it's just so much communication with like on the phone and stuff like that. I get so aggravated with that, but however at the end of the day, as long as you can throw in there like that's something I'm willing to adapt to learn more better in, that's something good. Right, next question. Tell me about your computer skills. All right, so with this question, be sure to mention your EHR or EMR training, pretty much your electronic medical records training. With us, that would be eClinicals with Microsoft. So mention anything that you deal with as far as for Microsoft. I know with us in school, at high school, we got a class as far as for understanding Excel, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Word, and of course Microsoft Office, like simple stuff like that. Also, make sure that you mention your words per minute. Pretty much if you have something between a range of 40 and 50 and higher, that's always good as well too. So definitely do look out for that. Something that I would say is I am trained in electronic health record software, especially with eClinical program. I also have 40 words per minute when typing in Microsoft Words. I am very familiar with Microsoft Office, Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. So that's just basic. All you're just doing is just telling what you're good at as far as for computer. And if you're not as far as good as for computer, let them know as far as for what you're willing to learn or what you're willing to like kind of pick up on. So it could be something good that they could be like, oh, okay, this person is willing to learn that. Next question. As a medical assistant, how will you ensure you're following HIPAA guidelines? How will you ensure you are following your HIPAA guidelines? So with this question, basically HIPAA is important. If you're unsure, read up on HIPAA guidelines. As a medical assistant, you should know what HIPAA means, so I'm not even going to go into that. All right, so something that I would answer as far as for HIPAA, I would say, I was trained in HIPAA protocols during my medical assistant program. At my externship, I learned to be careful about patient privacy. For an example, using patient's first name on the phone calls, and also making sure patients' charts are kept out of sight and in view of others. That is a perfect answer, y'all, if they ask that. Because at the end of the day, one, you want to make sure that patients are able to see everything. I know at our screens at our job, we are able to have like that black screen on it, so you can't really be seeing like other people's information. It's like I could see it, but if you're far behind me, you're not going to be able to see it. Everything looks black. Also on the phone, you want to make sure that when being on the phone, have them answer the questions for you. Like say for instance, they're like, okay, can you tell me the patient's social security number? You want to be like, all right, so the patient Mary Jane social security is 593. Like you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you be like, you want to ask them a question first before giving out that information, or just kind of wait until you're like kind of by yourself or something like that. Because like I said, people can be very nosy in the medical assistant field. All right, so this is going to be the last question that I do as far as for you guys. I have a total of 15 that I need to do, but I'm gonna do 7 on this video and then 8 on the other one. So the last one is, are you comfortable being by yourself? As far as with telephone calls and also just being in the front office, are you comfortable with being by yourself? So when answering this question, be ready to discuss the office tasks that you have been trained on. A way that I would answer this would be, I am very comfortable talking to patients both on phone and in person. I do not mind working by myself. I just wouldn't mind verifying just to avoid, I wouldn't mind working by myself. However, I wouldn't mind verifying just to avoid mistakes. I'm the type of person to just verify here and there before submitting. So meaning as in, I'm the type of person where, okay, I don't mind being by myself. Like back office, I don't mind being by myself, but when it comes to front office, I just kind of like to have somebody there here and there just to kind of verify like, okay, hey, you still kind of doing everything right? You know what I'm saying? Because I still like to be like, hey, am I doing this right? Like sometimes I like to be like that sometimes. So, you know, that's something I would be in there just to kind of be honest with them, letting them know I don't mind being by myself, but however, here and there, I just want to make sure I have somebody in my corner where I can kind of ask like, hey, am I doing this right? You know, those type of things. So overall, y'all, those are the simple questions that I have as far as for know before you go, as far as for entering your interview. Hoping this will be able to help you guys out. Like I said, I will be doing a part 2 where I finish off the rest of the questions from 8 to 15, and hopefully this will be able to help you guys out. Like I said, just take your time with the interview. One thing I can say is the lady said I was talking too fast with things, but however, I'm the type of person when I got so much information in me, I try to hurry up and get it out. So I feel like talking fast is kind of like helping me that way, but however, you want to make sure you just take your time with it. Even when you know the material, just take your time with it. And also make sure you just study your material. It's not really hard. Like they're just asking you questions on whether you're good at, what do you know, what you need more experience on, what are you pretty much looking forward to, those type of things. So hoping this help out. And to anybody that's an upcoming medical assistant, continue to do great. Show off, show them what you're about. And y'all just be great. This is words from your favorite medical assistant, Desi. Bye, y'all.